It's alive! It's alive!
Hey guys, Ash here, coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guides. Welcome to the channel, guys. We got our first common champion of the channel. Get excited, guys. It is Sister Militant. I actually had a request here. If you guys have a champion request, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'll try to make it happen eventually. I do get a lot of requests here. I have about 30 in the queue. Ash, I'm fully expecting a guide on Sister Militant as well. I want to see that set stunning noobs in the arena. In all seriousness, yeah, I think it's a good idea for the channel. Okay, well, awesome. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Ask and you shall receive, my friend. It is going to be the Sister Militant show. So why would you ever build a common champion? That's going to be the question that we try to answer in today's video. She has one ability. That's it. 1A1. It's A. That's it, right? Wild Swing attacks all enemies. So that's all she does. So why would you want to build Sister Militant? And honestly, guys, don't waste your rare books on this ability. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even bother opening mystery shards just to get dupes to go ahead and book her out, because we're not really looking for any damage from this champion for the most part. Any damage that we do get out of her is going to be coming from, any masteries that we have. But I prefer just going down and picking up Fearsome Presence, because this is all going to be about a stun build. And you can use this champion in this build without even taking her all the way to level 60. So I want to be very clear here. The reason you would invest in this champion is because you are struggling against particular waves, either in dungeons or in Doom Tower, and you want to go with an all-out just crowd control strategy. The reason that we're going with Fearsome Presence as our tier 6 mastery down the defense tree, is because we have an increased 5% chance of landing a stun from artifacts. The nice thing is landing a 23% now stun from artifacts is not going to be based on our accuracy. Artifacts landing debuffs such as stun, it's not based on accuracy. So it's just going to be a 23 flat out chance of landing, provided it's not like obviously a boss or something that's immune to stun. So that's the cool thing, but that's all we're really looking for here from this champion. One thing I will say, or two masteries I do want to point out to you guys, is I would redo these very slightly here. I would probably get rid of Kill Streak, and instead I would pick up Deterrence, okay? The reason especially we want Retribution and also Deterrence is a 20% chance to counterattack, when an enemy applies Stun, Sleep, Fear, Freeze, True Fear, etc. to an ally, okay? So that's great. And then Retribution, 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% or more of the max HP from any single enemy skill. And obviously, a counterattack is going to trigger another 23% chance of stunning, because that's all she's got is an AoE attack, right, on the counterattack. So we have her obviously in a stun set. For those of you who don't know, because maybe you've never tried, you cannot ascend common champions, okay? So we'll go right back to her. You might be, Ash, what's up with the yellow stars? We don't see those much. She cannot be ascended, so there's no 5-star, there's no 6-star. We can put a lovely HP ring on her, get a little bit extra HP. I went HP basically everywhere. She's very squishy. 10k base HP, 639 base defense. So she's probably going to be the first to die. It's nice to have a reviver like Solar Drake's on the same team as her as well. So we went speed on the boots, we went defense percentage on the chest, we went HP percentage on the gauntlets, and then really just looking for speed. The only stat I really care about, other than getting a little bit of defense and HP to make sure she's not that much of a glass control cannon, is speed. So I look for speed and substats. 206 is perfect, because obviously we can't take advantage of speed as a substat from that banner. But she can be a stun specialist. Even if you have other champions that have an AoE on their A1, sometimes it's nice just to throw some gear on Sister Militant, and she's a very cheap investment-wise that you don't have to ascend champion that can help control, especially if you need multiple stun champions on the same team. All right, so let's go ahead and try her out, guys. Let's go, let's just go in a random floor. This is, by the way, I should show you, Doom Tower Hard. Just going to pick a random floor here, stage 79, sure. I was messing with a poison team here, more on that later. Let's go ahead. I was just messing with some stun teams here. One of my favorite stun champions is Soulbound Boyer, because she has an AoE on the A1. Banshee has AoEs on the A1 and the A2. And then Khazard has 2 3-turn AoEs. We're going to have a Reviver on the team, and then Sister Militant. So these champions are level 290, man, or 295 as well. and they're really strong. They can one-shot basically almost. I don't want to go multi-battle. You can go in there obviously and change this team's customization. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see. Do I have any teams here that I'm not really using? I guess this one. Let's just go ahead and customize this team. That way we can leave it on auto because it's going to take a while, right? So we're going to have Soulbond, Boyer, Banshee, Khazard, Syl, and Sister Militant. We're going to go Soulbond. Going to shut off that A2. Shut off the A3. And every single wave. I'll come back when we're done here. I'm not going to show you. Maybe I will show you. Who cares, right? Basically, we only want her to use her A1. As you guys can see, don't use, because she has an AoE on her A1 as well. Now, thankfully, we don't have to mess around at all with Sister Militant, because she's only got one ability, guys. So we're going to shut off the A3, which is not an AoE on Banshee. Khazard, we're going to leave him as is. Scylla Drake as is. And Sister Militant as is as well. So here we go, guys. This is the team. I'm not going to auto-climb or anything like that. All right, here we go, guys. We get 2 stuns. We get 3 stuns. Gotta be careful here. Hey, Retribution, 4 stuns. And we're just gonna do it all over again. So these mobs, as you saw, one of them, they're gonna attack every so often. That's why we have a Reviver on the team of Scylla the Drakes and a healer in Scylla the Drakes. But we don't really have too much DPS on this squad. We're not really concerned about that. We're just concerned with landing as many stuns as humanly possible because they can't kill us if they don't take a turn, right? If they're just stunned the entire time. This is how you build a stun lock team in Raid Shadow Legends. And obviously, it works anywhere. It could just be a difficult dungeon level that you're struggling getting to the boss. Maybe you're always losing 1 or 2 champions. Of course, the downside is for dungeon levels, Faction War is great, right? Doom Tower floors, fantastic. But for faction or for a boss level, for a dungeon, you're just going to have to know that you're also going to be running a Sister Militant against the boss. That's the downside, of course. So guys, I'm not going to make you sit here and wait the entire time, but this team should be able to clear most Doom Tower floors. Again, this is floor 79 hard with a common champion and a bunch of rares and 1 legendary, free legendary at that, and Scylla the Drakes. So we get by this first wave, not quite yet, but again, I'll come back at you in hopefully a few minutes, and we'll see how we're doing on wave number 3. I'll be right back. Little update for you guys. Wave 2, a cinch, not 1 death. Easy peasy. Let's go into wave 3. I'll keep you guys, I'll keep you guys with me for the beginning of wave 3 here. Maybe we should have tried with a little bit of an earlier stage to save myself the time here. But again, the stun lock strategy, it never fails. And if it does, go ahead and retry. Bad RNG on the stuns. So here we go, guys. That's stuns and more stuns. Stuns for days. Be careful of that Mountain King. We have an unstunned Mountain King. Is this going to be our first death? Yes, it is. Also, our first revive, no big deal. All right, let's land him again, guys. 1 stun, 2, 3 stuns. That same Mountain King, dude, he's got his eyes on my Sister Militant. Okay, he's stunned. She says, sit down, man. Sit down, Mountain King. All right, guys, be right back at the end of this one. All right, guys, wrapping up here. If it wasn't apparent, I should mention, everybody besides Scylla the Drake in her awesome skin there is actually in a stun set. So all 4 of these champions, Khazard, Soulbond, Banshee, and Sister Militant, all in stun sets, all with the Fearsome Presence Mastery as well. Scylla the Drake's obviously not only does she have the heals and the revive, but she also brings a stun on her A2 ability inside her kit, which is required accuracy for that, right? So anyway, guys, there it is. This is our girl, Sister Militant. I'm curious to see what kind of damage she put out. Obviously, it's going to be next to nothing. There's no War Master. There's no crit rate on this champion at all. You could build her for a little bit of damage if you wanted to, but really the idea here is you just lock them down the entire fight, and just eventually you'll get enough damage on these mobs. So let's see what we can do here. Come on, come on, come on. There we go, there we go. All right, our girl, Sister Militant, the common champion, put out 375k damage. No big deal. We got Soulbond leading the way with 956k. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this guide on our first common champion, Sister Militant, on the channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.